My name is Shannon Schultz, and I am defending Chrysoprula rufilibris, more commonly known as the Green Lacewing.
My name is Burke Wofford, and I'm defending the Apis mellifera, more commonly known as the honeybee.
Which is more beneficial, the Green Lacewing or the honeybee? The Green Lacewing is an extremely underappreciated yet beneficial species, most commonly used as forms of various pest control. The adult green lacewing is green, hence the name, with unique golden eyes. They have very delicate wings, which result in them being weak flyers and feed on things such as nectar, pollen, and honeydew. Contrary to popular belief, the adult lacewings are not pest killers. The offspring of these adults are predatory as well as their larvae. This process occurs when the adult lacewing lays her eggs on foliage and they attach to the fibers. After a few days, the eggs hatch and larva is released, ready to attack pests. A common example is aphids. When adults lay their eggs, they are dispersed to maximize the area of pest control. The larva has even been given the nickname the aphid lion, because they seize the aphid with a large and venomous jaw, sucking out all of the body's fluid and finally killing the pests. Aphids kill crops and lacewings kill aphids and other pests, saving these crops, benefiting farmers and those who eat the crops. Each lacewing larva can demolish over 200 pests a week. The lacewing has a lifespan of 1 to 3 months, which does not seem long, but the lacewings are rapid reproducers and procreate as soon as they reach the adult stage. The larva stage is the most important to pest controlling and the longest stage in a green lacewing's life. As a protective agency, the lacewing can release foul odors when they feel threatened. Finally, to communicate with each other, the green lacewing use vibrations of their body, which is unique to their species. The green lacewing has many qualities that distinguish it from other insects and make it valuable to society.
The western honeybee are primarily known for their niche in the environment, that being the pollination of flowers. The means by which this task is completed occurs when the honeybees fly from flower to flower collecting nectar, while the pollen of the flower attaches to the hairy portion of the species' legs and is taken onto the next flower the insect visits. Along with the pollination of flowers, honeybees, as their common name suggests, are tasked with the production of honey. The identifying characteristics of the honeybee include the notorious yellow and black coloration, as well as their hairy eyes and abdomen. Another defining characteristic of the honeybee is the stinger attached to the hind portion of their bodies, which is used as a defense measure for the species. Honeybees operate extremely socially, as they're a hive species of insect work together for the benefit of a single queen that is responsible for their reproduction by laying eggs. Their life cycle is characterized by 4 distinct stages, those being the eggs which the queen lays in the honeycombs in the hive, followed by the larva and pupa stages, and finally leading into their adulthood. Honeybees constitute a monumental importance to human society, and known not through the creation of their delicious honey, but through the pollination of the flowers they visit. This function of the honeybee is vital for the flower's ability to reproduce. This mutualistic relationship between the bees and the flowers helps feed the bees, who in turn carry the flower's pollen, and without this relationship, the flowers no longer be able to complete their function of photosynthesis, which helps to remove toxins from the air and add more oxygen to our atmosphere.
Based on my debate partner's information, I see the honeybee as beneficial to additions in human society, such as providing honey, but offers no protections to society or to humans or even to its own crop, the honeycomb. The lacewing protects the crops from pests that humans use for food and allows other tasks allowing for successful harvesting of these crops, possibly even the honeybee's crop itself. The honeybee's crop could not flourish without protection from pests, because in the presence of pests, there is no sustainable crop left. What does the honeybee do to protect its comb and honey? Can its stinger save the honeycomb? What additions to society is the honeybee making other than providing a tasty paste to add to your tea in the morning?
The lacewing may have an important role in the termination of pests that affect crops. However, when examining this role, one must ask whether pesticides, although sometimes damaging, may be able to eliminate these pests more efficiently and more effectively than a mere 200 aphids a week that a lacewing can kill. However, the role in pollination that honeybees play in the environment could never be artificially reproduced at the scale that is necessary for flowers to keep reproducing. The hive mentality of the honeybee constitutes far more advanced social skills that allow for maximum efficiency regarding both the pollination of flowers as well as the protection of their hive and, more importantly, their queen. The pollination of flowers is the most important role of any insect within our environment. Without this function, flowers would no longer be able to reproduce, and in turn they would no longer be able to remove carbon dioxide and produce oxygen within our ozone, and thus humans would no longer be able to inhabit Earth.
My partner mentions that green lacewings kill a mere 200 aphids a week, as if this is a small task to complete. Adults lay around 200 eggs a day, and there are thousands of adults in just one area all over the United States and Canada. This is protecting a plethora of crops in a chemical-free way. Pesticide is not a safe option for farmers, as it is poisonous and could infect crops and kill or even cause disease and be harmful to humans. The green lacewing is saving crops and humans from all of these lethal options. The green lacewing is pesticide also ravages these helpful pest controllers, leaving the crops room for more pests to find their way around pesticide. Additionally, most pesticides are pest-specific rather than killing a broad range like the lacewing can. The green lacewing is a friend to anyone growing or eating crops, which is every human, because they save people from crop-killing bugs and poisonous pesticides.
Despite the number of insects that the lacewing can kill, this function isn't as important as the pollination of flowers, as without this, flowers would without a doubt start dying, rather than in the case of a lacewing where crops may be affected by other pests. Our ozone currently maintains a perfect balance of oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide that allows life to continue. Photosynthesis. This balance is maintained by the vegetation that exists here, specifically through photosynthesis, and additionally the reproduction of these plant species. Without the help of honeybees and the pollination of flowers at the scale at which they are able to, then this balance would be destroyed, and Earth's environment would eventually become uninhabitable.
The green lacewing, scientifically known as Chrysoprula rufilibris, offers an extremely beneficial and necessary quality to society. This species is an effective, aggressive, and largely populated group of pest controllers. This species reaches broad ranges of areas and is not confined or limited by a habitat. This species does not harm insects that are not pests of crops at all. The green lacewing works with farmers to keep their crops organic and safe, free from lethal pesticide that attempts to perform that job. This insect, while not commonly known, serves as an extremely profitable resource for anyone trying to grow anything at all. The green lacewing does not feed off of the crop, but simply protects it to ensure that humans are eating healthy and safe foods.
The Apis mellifera, more commonly known as the honeybee, is a hive insect that subsists on the nectar and pollen that flowers provide. And as a result of the collection of these nutrients, this species of insect performs what is known as pollination, where pollen is carried from one flower to another, allowing for reproduction to occur. These social insects work in an organized manner that allows them to be the most efficient in the collection of nutrients to bring back to the hive, but more importantly for the flowers and in turn for us. This group effort allows for the greatest amount of pollination to occur. Honeybees constitute no harms to humans. Any negative stigmatism associated with bee stings are not the result of a vicious predator, but rather a friendly honeybee protecting itself and hive in order to keep pollinating the flowers that create the oxygen we breathe. And while you enjoy this oxygen in the ozone, crack open a delicious jar of bee-produced honey and rest easy.